Hello and welcome to my second YouTube talk on the subject of Roman roads. Hopefully this time with better audio than my first talk. The subject of this talk is two sections of Roman road to the west of Leicester. This is Ivan Margary's map of the area. You can see Leicester centre right, and the road I'm most interested in is marked 57B. One thing this map doesn't show very well is that 57B first takes a route to the northwest on the same alignment as 57A before making a turn to the southwest as 57B. This doesn't make sense, as the terrain would be more favourable if 57B headed directly for Leicester. What it does suggest is that 57A continues further to the northwest. Another thing to note is that 57B is heading southwest in the direction of the fort at Metchley, Birmingham. So there is the possibility that 57B crosses Road 1 and heads directly for Birmingham. So here is the new road to the northwest as a continuation of Road 57A. You can see that it is fairly well understood on its eastern side, but to the west it has been severely degraded by the presence of industrial workings. After I found this road, I looked online to see if I was the first person to find it, and indeed I was not. Other people have found part of this road, though the understanding online is that the western part is clearer and the eastern part is less understood. So this work fills in the gaps in between. Here is a close-up of the eastern section of the road around Thornton Reservoir. The sections that are visible on LiDAR appear as cut features, suggesting either wear or robbing of the surface material. One particularly interesting feature is as the road descends from the east into Thornton Reservoir, you can see a little curve where they've tried to take off the worst of the slope of the hill. Also worth discussing are the settlements along this road. Firstly, there's Ibstock in the centre of this image, and second, Branston to the west. If you watched my last video on the interaction between Roman roads and watercourses, this road is no exception. Both of these settlements appear where the road crosses a significant watercourse. Here are more details about those two settlements. Ibstock appears as a ladder settlement where the road crosses the River Sence. There are more details in the link provided, which also appears as a clickable link below this video. At Branston there is record of a crop mark where the road meets the River Trent and also Roman Road 18C. This is described as a fort, though this type of enclosure can also be found surrounding civilian settlements. There is the possibility that the road continues past Branston, perhaps to Chesterton or Whitchurch. There is some evidence of a road on the LiDAR, but it's not completely convincing. There is a gap in the Environment Agency data that needs to be filled in before more work can be done. And now on to the new section of road, which is a continuation of Roman Road 57B heading towards Birmingham. There is a clear section in the hills east of Birmingham, but further to the west it disappears under the conurbation around Birmingham itself. As far as I'm aware, I'm the first person to find this section of road. If you know otherwise, please let me know in the comment section below. Here's a close-up of part of that section of road. There is a particularly clear section in Butler's Wood, which looks like it has neither been robbed or ploughed. We can make an educated guess about where the road goes next. The road heading to the southwest is heading towards the River Tame, and there is a nice bend in the river where you would expect a roadside settlement where the road crosses the river. However, looking on the historical environment record, there is no sign of Roman settlement around Hams Hall where the bend in the river occurs. Where there is some settlement is at Cole End, also known as Grimstock Hill. This is in the gap between the River Cole and the River Tame. In order to reach this site, the road would have to make a turn to the south around the bend of the River Tame and then cross the River Cole. From there it would presumably head to the west between the rivers Tame and Cole on towards the site at Metchley. Here are some more details about the Grimstock Hill settlement. The information I've found is rather brief, though it does describe a series of farms alongside a road. I don't have access to the excavation reports, so I can't confirm whether the road was actually found, and if so, in which direction it was heading. And finally, here is an overview of the whole area showing both new sections of road. Thank you for watching my talk.